And another one. This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. We are offering 50% off our clearance. So if some of you don't know what I mean by clearance, all you got to do is go to the clearance section of the store. I'm going to show you how to do it right now real quick. So all you have to do is, if you go to The Officer Tatum Store, you're on the front page. Boom. That's your boy right there, the muscles. You know, all you got to do is go here. You can search for it over here, search for clearance, or you can go down past all of the popular items to collections. There's clearance special, men, women, hats, whatever. Go to clearance. Boom. Go on the clearance section, and all of the products are 50% off. When they sell out, they sold out. You ain't gonna be able to get them again, more than likely. If some of you guys plead with me, please bring back that design. Maybe I will. But these are all 50% off the entire store. You just go through that section, look around, pick what you want. 50% off. The rest of the stuff online, if you use the code that was circulating around, if you didn't see it, that's on you. Everything else we're doing for 20% off for our new warehouse sale. Y'all know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, this lady, BLM activist, and this is why people be these fraudulent black conservatives, these fraudulent black liberals. You got to be in the community doing the work. This is what they all be doing. When they say they doing the work, they doing stuff like this. They raise money to live a lifestyle, and they spread crumbs to the cause. They do the very same thing in Susan G. Komen and all these other big major nonprofit organizations. It is a money laundering thing. I'm not saying that they're doing money laundering. In my opinion, the way it is working, people can use it to money launder. That's what these people use Black Lives Matter for. In my opinion, clearly she's been indicted over it. But they have these nonprofits where big time money people can just dump money into. And they dump money into tax deductible. And then the people who run the organization can just live off of it. And then they'll sprinkle a little bit. It was organization. When I was doing my master's degree at Grand Canyon University, we went over some of the nonprofits that only use like 2% of the money that you donate to the cause. The rest of it is fees and salaries and marketing and everything. 2%. Susan G. Komen, the breast cancer awareness thing is around that number. A very small percent of what you donate, billions of dollars, is going to the actual research. If you didn't know that, go look it up for yourself. I learned that in my master's degree program. Anyway, this lady Monica, and let me make this bigger, because so y'all can see, because I know some of y'all blind as me. There you go. Boom. Click on it. Bow. There you go. All right. This woman, Monica Cannon Grant, she had already gotten in trouble. She looked like a fraud. Let me just say this before I go down her fraudulent behavior. All this is empty platitudes. All of this is bull. People are out here protesting for nothing. Just the fact that there are people out here doing this, creating an imaginary world in their mind of black oppression in America today. They're creating it in their mind. They are more rabid and radical than black people who actually went through oppression and racism in this country. That should tell you something. And if it was such racism going on, there were all these white people in there. Anyway, this woman already been a fraud. Let's see, what did her husband, it says her and her husband, lengthy indictment alleging that Cannon Grant and her husband engaged in 3 different fraudulent schemes: lying on the mortgage application, defrauding donors, and is illicitly collecting approximately $1 million in pandemic relief unemployment benefits. $1 million in pandemic relief. We didn't take no money during the pandemic. And it says also the couple was accused of $6,000 grant meant for a trip for at-risk young men for personal expenditures. And so what that means is that they were saying that they were going to take these young men out of the hood to expose them to a new environment. They're doing the work, and they use that money for personal expenses. All right, let's see. Instead, the pair spared no expenses on a vacation, according to federal authorities, eating meals at Bubba Gump Shrimp Corporation, buying merchandise at Walmart, and taking visits to a nail salon, along other expenditures. Frauds. This is what they do with your money. They don't care about no Black Lives Matter. Black people rarely care about black people's lives. What make you think the same, and I'm not saying this is for every black person, but the same black people that don't care when Ray and Pookie hurt another black man on the street, they won't protest, they won't raise no money, they won't have no t-shirts, nothing. The same people that turn their eyes away from what's going on in the inner city, the school system, the culture of molestation in the family. Now, everybody, you know, I think all races got this as a problem, but this is not somehow escaping the black community. When I was growing up, there's all kind of stories of uncle and them touching auntie kids and all this other stuff. Turning a blind eye to this stuff. Not talking about black on black violence. When people say, there ain't no such thing as black on black violence. Okay, go to Chicago, okay? And, St. Louis, Baltimore, Maryland, Watts. Go anywhere where there's a concentration of black people, you're going to see black on black violence. And then after you leave there, if you live, then tell me that there's no black on black violence. Turning the blind eye to this stuff. Kids getting shot in the head in the middle of the street. They walk right around that plaza to go talk about George Floyd. Now, what make you think they're going to be honest with the money in the first place? When their whole premise is set on bull. Their whole premise. Everything that they're about. All this Black Lives Matter and stuff is just let me tell you what. Martin Luther King, you know, and I have some questions about stuff that he did, but by and large, when he died, the grift game got strong. When MLK died, Jesse Jackson and all them took over, and it became a money grab. They've been doing it ever since. They said, dang, Martin Luther King fought for something. We've accomplished what he fought for, but that means that we all are out of jobs. We got to keep it going. We ain't never reached what Martin Luther King. Shut up. Shut the front door. We are not a racist nation. Most of y'all, the only racism you see is through your own eyes. You project racism on other people. Somebody look at you wrong because your hair nappy and you look like a troll, and they look at you and they look at me because I'm black. It's mostly black people that do this. I ain't trying to, I would say parse words, but I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. It's mostly black people that complain like this. I rarely hear white people complain about racism, and I see white people getting discriminated against all the time. But black people get discriminated against, or they believe they're discriminated against. It's always racism. It's not because somebody just don't like you. It's not because somebody prefer another person over you. Not because your education isn't heightened enough, or you may be overqualified. Those things don't matter. It's always race. And that's not every black person, but I'm saying, and generally speaking, a lot of black people come out with this sentiment, with this brainwashing, with this idea that they have concocted in their own minds. How do you know, Brandon? I used to be the same person. I used to concoct all kind of racist stuff in my mind. I thought white people hated black people and all this stuff. I got to college and I was like, wait a minute. I'm in a college full of white people, and I haven't had a negative thing said to me. I haven't met a racist person. None of my professors are weird. They all love me, even before they knew I played football. Like, wait a minute. Something ain't clicking here. When I got out of the hood, I got away from black people, and I was all around nothing but white people. I didn't think there was any racism. Then I've been all around the country. Every city you can name, I've been there. Just about. Every hood you name, I've been there. At least I've been in that city. I drove through Chicago, Martin Luther King, but I said, I'm going to get up out of here. I'm driving straight through. I ain't sightseeing or nothing. I might get caught up with two dudes that got mad at each other or some girl. They shooting it out, and I get caught up in that. I don't want nothing to do with that. Anyway, I love you guys, man. I appreciate you. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Patrice Cullors, which is one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter, she should be next. But she's a little more powerful, so they probably ain't going to do nothing to her. She should be next. These people are frauds. This whole idea is a fraud. This whole idea is a fraud. White people been caring about black people before black people cared about black people. Oh, you want to go there? I'll go there in another video. Love you guys. Go to the Officer Tatum store, 50% off. See you on the next one. I'm out.